head upstairs. We got one of our inspiration points back. I kind of want to see what's in this room over here.
She wants the same thing we do.
Oh hey, it's
To save the city.
But she doesn't care if the Grand Duke lives or dies. I wouldn't go that far. Her focus is on studying the culture, and I suspect she'd sacrifice anything that she could. Taylor's doing her best, but he shows no signs of waking.
We can wait.
But Baldur's Gate can't.
If you have an alternative in mind, please do propose it. Patience. He may know a way through the curse.
We don't even know if he'll ever recover.
But we do know that anyone who goes charging into those shadows is dead.
So the plan is to do nothing.
sorry if I'm quiet. I'm just trying to listen in on this conversation.
We need a way into the towers. I intend to find one. What I won't do is send any more of our people into the curse.
Tonic.
Any help from Jaheira?
She
Alright.
wants the same thing we do.
He still won't speak. Just keeps going with the bloody song.
Nothing of use on his person.
His original writ of duty, signed by Eltan himself. Fella must be one of the very first Flaming Fist.
He must know something. Let's not give up on him yet.
Floric.
Will? Gods, please, no. The Blade of Frontiers was supposed to be my secret weapon. I don't suppose you found a way into the towers?
Not yet. What's with the fellow in the cot? Are the flaming fists going to just going to stand around here? I have no intention of heading there. Not yet.
I trust you will do everything you can to free the Duke. But in case you don't find a way, I'll be heading to Baldur's Gate to seek reinforcements. The Council sent a carrier pigeon with news that the city has been dealing with absolutist attacks. The Steel Watch is holding strong. I'll request that Lord Gortash send some of them to aid in the fight against Moonrise. The curse won't harm them.
Holy shit. That's my old boss. The guy who sold me to Zariel.
Gortash, as in Enver Gortash. Last I knew, he was a minor player in city affairs.
A lot's changed since you left Baldur's Gate, Will. Gortash has gained considerable influence since then.
What are the Steel Watch? You're leaving while Duke Ravengard is still captive in Moonrise. Lord Gortash? I thought he was no more than a counselor. How do you expect to reach Baldur's Gate? Lord Gortash? I thought he was no more than a counselor.
Lord Gortash is the man responsible for the creation of the Steel Watch. It's no wonder he earned the title. The Steel Watch are the future of warfare. Gondian automatons that can be sent into battle without risking
automatons.
their lives. Except those of our enemies. Lord Gortash had only completed work on the prototypes before Ravengard and I left for Elturel, but even they were formidable. With the Steel Watch at our backs, we can storm the tower whatever Ketheric throws at us, I'm sure of it. I'll do my best, but there's every chance I'll fall to the curse or the cult before I reach the city. Don't count on me and assume no aid is coming. Work with Jaheira. That Harper's mind is as sharp as her blade. Follow her guidance. Farewell. We'll meet again, God's willing.
Alright, it looks like Karlak has something to say now.
So Gortash is a lord now. I'd like to clap eyes on this Steel Watch of his. You already know the story. I was Gortash's bodyguard, loyal as they come, when he made the deal with Zariel. She got a test subject for her infernal engine. I never found out what he got. This is the kind of man who gets a title. Authority. Makes me sick.
Me too. A man like that has no place in power. Whatever this Steel Watch is, it must be quite impressive. We'll make him answer for what he did to you as soon as we get to the city. Me too. A man like that has no place in power.
No. But they always seem to get it, don't they?
That is definitely true. Alright, so what else do we have here? Looks like we have Roland here. I think he was the wizard at the camp.
And dry back there. Put us on the bar, then piss off and leave me alone.
Jaheira said we should serve drinks, but that we shouldn't serve drunks.
Jaheira didn't save your ragged little tail from the cultists. I did.
Alfira told me that you're the reason her and the kids escaped. I heard your siblings were taken by the cult. The kid's right, you need to lay off the liquor. Want to talk about your sorrows instead of drowning them? Yeah, Alfira told me you're the reason her and the kids escaped.
Cute. Maybe she'll write a ballad about me. She can leave out the part where my brother and sister were dragged away screaming while I was saving the orphans. If you hadn't filled their heads with all that self-righteous heroic crap at the Grove, none of this would have happened.
Do you know where they are? I'm sorry, then it's my responsibility to bring them back. Stop whining and do something about it. Do you know where they are?
Dead for all I know. Or in the cult's tower with the others who were taken.
They're better off dead than in the cult's hands. If they're alive, I'll rescue them, or I'm sorry. Yeah, if they're alive, I'll rescue them.
They're my responsibility. You go save the world. Or your own arse. Or whatever it is you do. I'll fix this.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. I think his siblings were the ones he was talking to at the tiefling camp in the Grove. Alright, Murkon.
This place is awesome. There's so much stuff.
I think that's the kid that I saved from the Harpies. That's pretty funny. Glad he's still doing okay though. Alright, Harper Boar, His Majesty, that's a cat, okay. It does not like me. Animal handling here, kitty kitty. Do you have a +1 to this? Ooh. It's gonna scratch me. Okay. I think I have Speak with Animal if I remember. It might be on a scroll though. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, it's alright. Alright, I think we were supposed to go upstairs, but... Raphael. Oh, he's here too.
Your move, Maul.
And he's playing chess with Maul.
I didn't even want to take this one.
Kalimshan rules, dear. The first piece touched is the first piece moved.
That's garbage. No matter where the night goes, I'm gonna lose it.
Then make the sacrifice useful. Guard your Mistra, or come for my Cyric.
What's going on here?
Look who made it. For once, I saved your butt out there, didn't I? We're square now, Chief. Say.
Man, I really need a bath. My character is still
My first time playing.
covered in blood.
The keen gleam in Maul's eyes reveals the lie. She knows the game well, and she wants to win.
Fall back, protect your queen above everything else. You shouldn't be playing games with this man. He's a devil. Put pressure on him. Attack the pieces in front of his king. Sorry, kid, I've never played lance board. Sleight of hand. Accidentally jostle the board Maul's way. Or fighter. Of course I play. No better way to learn battle strategy than lance board. It's fun, too. I'll go with that one.
Didn't ask for your life story. I asked if you could play. What's the next move?
Oh. You shouldn't be playing games with this man. He's a devil. You win by taking the king. Attack at all costs. The Vanquisher's Lance stratagem.
My, the Thescan double counter gambit. Vicious. Exactly what I would have done.
Is that the move that I recommended? I don't know. I've never played Lance board, I guess is what it's called.
Calamsham rules.
Brava. Lovely work. I see I was right to make you the offer I did. You will consider it, won't you?
What offer did he make her?
What a lovely specimen she is. A blushing apple begging to be plucked.
Please let me smack this creep.
Oh, Karlach's getting
The
hot.
Thescan move suggestion was inspired. I had no idea you played.
There's plenty about me you have no idea about. Is that why you're here, to play games? Just bugger off back to hell, would you? Yeah, there's plenty of me that you have no idea about.
Don't I? Indeed. But don't you worry about Moll. It goes without saying she still has the unconditional freedom to choose the only option she has left. Besides, I do enjoy being in this neighborhood again. It has such a rich history of abject tragedy. And tragedy, my friend, well, there's my bread and bloody butter.
So what is this region's history of tragedy? Just stay away from Moll, you hear? Yeah, I'm curious what the region's history of tragedy is.
Why spoil it? It's all out there, waiting
Fair
to be
enough.
discovered. You never know what you might find if you just dig a little deeper.
Just stay away from Moll, you hear?
She won. She has a taste for it now. She'll be the one who comes to me. But enough about my lesser pursuits. Why bother with trifles when I'm in the illustrious presence of my very favorite client? Tell me, oh apple of my eye, how have you been? You don't have any gills to get green around yet, but you do look a little worse for wear in this light.
If you're still offering solutions, I'm all ears. You know, I've never been better. Leave me alone, Hellspawn. You know what? I've never been better.
Splendid. And yet, I have this picture in my head of you tossing and turning in the middle of the night, thinking strange things, dreaming strange dreams. And there's this little voice inside of you asking, is this my will, or is it the worms? But you have no answer, and no way of knowing. The good thing is, though, there's only one little voice you really should listen to. Mine. See you soon.
Alright. Just gonna save really quick. I have been having some weird crashes recently, so if you see me saving more often, I'm just trying to prevent me from losing a ton of progress.
A blushing apple begging to be plucked? Raphael's angling for the girl's soul.
Moll's an obstinate one. If she's of mind to team up with Raphael, there's no changing it. We need to warn her away from Raphael before it's too late. If the bargain's a good one, she should take it. She'll make the right decision. You'll see. Yeah, Moll's an obstinate one.
She's stubborn, yes. Bold as a lamb cavorting in a lion's den. But as ambitious as she is, Moll's no fool. One way or another, she'll see there's no winning Raphael's game, and she'll walk away.
And if she doesn't?
Then Raphael collects another trophy, and Mol sells her independence to the Hells. You've seen what happens when a bound soul reaches for freedom. I can't imagine what cruel penance Mol would pay if she were ever to resist that fell bastard.
The cultists have taken your father to Moonrise Towers. Oh, this is his normal dialogue. You know what? We haven't really spoken with Will a whole lot. Yeah, let's tell him about the cultists. The cultists have taken your father to Moonrise Towers. Florix confirmed it.
Then we know our mission. All roads converge at Moonrise.
Can we trust Floric? The Absolute's cult is headquartered there. What do you think they want with your father? Why bother with Ravengard? The cult's either murdered him or infected him by now. I think we can trust Floric, as far as I'm concerned. The Absolute's cult is headquartered there. What do you think they want with your father?
They want violence, they want control, they want Baldur's Gate. Who better than Grand Duke Ravengard to surrender it? Who better than the commander of the Flaming Fist to dismantle its defenses?
I truly hope you're wrong about this.
Me too, Shadowheart. Me too. But if I'm right, they will infect him, and the city's guardian will become its ruin, unless we put a stop to it.
To Moonrise then. Actually, you know what I am gonna ask? Can we trust Floric?
I was 11 when the Councillor spotted and slayed an assassin who stalked father from the shadows. I was 13 when she brought word of a goblin warband advancing on Rivington. Her keen scouting saved 100 lives that day. The Councillor's loyalty to my father is beyond question. She's as steady as Tyr's heartbeat, as upstanding as the Sword Mountains. Father's at Moonrise Towers, and we need to save him.
For sure. To Moonrise then. We can't let the Absolute take Grand Duke Ravengard.
We can't and we won't. The shadows be damned.
What was it like being the son of a Grand Duke?
Not so enchanting as you'd think. The Portiers, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls and drinking from gold goblets. Father's the son of a blacksmith, born with barely a coin in the coffers. He made a name for himself among the Flaming Fist. Brave as Baldur, stubborn as a deep Rothay. Daring, outspoken, but hardly posh.
So he wasn't really born into nobility.
Than I did rubbing elbows with lords. Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and the talent for courtly dance.
A courtly dance? I'd love to see a demonstration. And now you're the Blade of Frontiers. Quite a change, don't you think? Good wine, I'll toast to that. I shouldn't be surprised. I find you a bit smug, to be honest. And now you're the Blade of Frontiers. Quite a change, don't you think?
Yes and no. Father taught me the 4 pillars of power. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. He reckoned I'd follow in his footsteps. First as a fist marshal, then as a duke. Vanquish evil, maintain order, save the world. But a duke makes bedfellows with more monsters than he slays. Father called it diplomacy. I called it hypocrisy. In the frontiers, there is no posturing, no diplomacy. I slay monsters, I don't consort with them. Even if I might look like one.
What do you make of Raphael?
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
With the right teacher, yes. What are your thoughts on the devil, Will? Get to the point? You mean Raphael? We should at least consider his offer, given our circumstances. Spare me the parables, I've no intention. Interesting. Yeah, we'll say with the right teacher, yes. What are your thoughts on the devil, Will? A lot of these options are a little weird to me.
Refuse him, no matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you. The cost will be too great.
Don't worry, I have no interest in a devil's deal. He spoke of a cure, we have to at least hear him out. No cost is too great if it rids me of this infection. Refuse him like you refused Mizora, only you didn't, did you? I don't really want to call him out on his BS. I kind of do just to see what he would say, but... yeah, don't worry, I have no interest in a devil's deal.
That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with.
That's very true.
Require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything.
He'll take everything.
Everything.
How does it feel to be a devil?
It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck.
Oh, Will, your horns are deadly. So much character.
Character, you say? Well, who couldn't use a bit more of that? Though I'll have to take your word for it. I've been avoiding my own reflection. Friend, be my mirror. What do you see?
Not a lot because you're wearing that hood currently. Quite the handsome devil if I do say so myself. A freak of nature, gods, but you're hideous. I see the braid of frontiers, no more, no less. Friend who's been touched by the hells. I don't know what to make of it. Oh, a fiend who's been touched by the hells. I see the blade of frontiers, no more, no less.
It's because you know the heart lurking under the horns. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, and one day they will see the blade of frontiers again.
You should get out of this pact. What do you think of the illithid potential the Dream Visitor spoke of? I'm not so sure what that one's trying to say. Oh, the potential of the illithid. Yeah, what do you think of that?
I think that unknowable powers come with unknowable consequences. I can't say I'm not curious, but once you take an illithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you.
You've seen how dangerous these absolute cultists are. We need the extra help. Just look at me, how potent I'm becoming. Oh, this is trying to persuade him into using the illithid powers. Let's move on to other matters. I don't want to force anybody to use the powers. You should get out of this pact. Well, we kind of need him as a warlock. Sorry, just trying to save as often as I can. Yeah, you should get out of this pact.
A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to.
Why obey her at all? What could she do that's worse than she's already done?
She could kill me for one, and that's not the worst of it. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads.
We can beat her if we put our worms together. I just fear what she'll do to us next. We'll see if it's worth it. We might need the pact after all. Yeah, I just fear what she'll do to us next.
I'm so sorry to give you another reason to sleep restlessly, but it's my burden to bear. She won't touch you unless there's something there for her to take. Don't give her so much as an inkling there might be.
All right. Just gonna save here really quick again. And I'm not too sure how long this episode has been going. I did have to split the previous one in half. So I think we're gonna end things there for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.